welcome everyone to Farm Talk Friday. It is July 8th, 2022. I'm Ken Jordan. This is my beautiful and amazing wife, Giovanna.
Thanks, baby.
You look amazing today, honey.
Thank you. He likes the little butterflies, I guess.
I do. I like the blue. Good color. It matches my shirt. This is my last t-shirt in a series of t-shirts from our most recent trip. This one's, we got it in Mykonos, but it could be just a general Greek shirt, Poseidon. Hard to say. It might say Poseidon right there. I don't know. Anyway.
It says Poseidon.
Yeah.
So when we were in Athens, we went to the Temple of Poseidon. So when we saw the shirt in Mykonos, that's why you chose this one versus some other Greek deity.
That's right.
That's right. I remember. So hoping everyone is having a good time. I'm wearing butterflies because even though maybe people wouldn't normally think of them as wildlife, they are wild and they are alive.
They are, that's right.
So this is our wildlife episode.
That's right.
I have notes too.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to give a quick update of just like our food that we have. No peanut butter fruit. I don't know what happened to those. I think maybe the birds ate them all.
Okay.
Last time I checked the tree, it seems to be empty.
I'm kind of glad they ate them because they didn't taste so good.
Then thought they were flavorless. Chermoyas are coming in. They're like little mini guanabanas, or that's what they look very mini right now.
Yeah.
We have lots of noni.
Yeah, oh great.
Yeah. Which is much more medicinal than it is edible.
Don't pay attention to me.
Yeah. We don't have, production assistants helping us with this setup, so.
I'm sure this will look great in the end.
Yay!
And we're just praying to the Costa Rican internet gods that our internet's working also.
Right. Well, yeah, currently we don't have anyone live anyway, telling us that it's chopping up on them, so hopefully it's working. Star fruit. We have lots of star fruit coming in.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
You don't know my notes.
Yeah, I'm not.
That's not even your notes. These are my notes.
Right.
So, and then our guanabana tree.
Yeah.
You can have your own notes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Our guanabana tree our star guanabana tree is producing. The friend guanabana tree that sometimes makes guanabanas does not have any right now, which is not surprising, and it's okay. I think maybe that one supports the other one morally, or like go big sister, brother, whatever you are, third lane tree. Okay. So before we get into wildlife, hi Jane. We do have one update Ken's gonna give on a fruit that we got this week.
And fruit is wild and it's alive, so also wildlife.
Yeah, it's true.
So right, when we eat pineapple, we take the top off and we plant it. And, each one creates another pineapple bush plant and grows one pineapple on top.
And is that like a screw top thing that you do with the pineapple, or?
Well, what you want to do is you cut the top part, and then you peel back the fruit to where you just get the, I don't know what it's called right there. You get to the root of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you plant that, and it will make another plant that will produce one pineapple. But each pineapple plant also has these little ehos it produces, and each one of those ehos can be planted, and that will make one pineapple as well.
And I think the ehos would make bigger pineapples. So what you saw in our ad for this week's Farm Talk Friday was the pineapple that that was gifted to us.
Right, either that or our horrible clay soil refuses to let the pineapple get bigger. One of those two, I'm not sure.
Yeah, no, I think, we don't really know.
But here's the thing, it was a small pineapple, but I'm not lying here, this is the best pineapple I've ever eaten. Now, sometimes I say that about our stuff that we grow just because we grew it. But this is absolutely the truth. This is the best pineapple, even though it was only
It was a
about
one,
that big.
like a 2-person, but like a 2-serving pineapple.
Yeah, 2 serving pineapple was fantastic.
And Ken liked it even when it was not chilled. We just decided to eat it.
Yeah, which is amazing. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
And he
like,
thought it was the best ever.
I like cold fruit. Yeah.
Okay, so now we move on to wildlife. Ken,
Uh-huh.
why don't you start it off with...
Chacalacas?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And first of all, they're actually not called chakalacas. We just can't think of their name, but
Well,
it's
people-
like chakalacas.
people call them chacalacas here.
Ooh.
They make these like turkey chacalaca sounds. They're not.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's
Balls.
very interesting. All right, just trust me. There's one. There's another one.
I don't know.
This works so much
Translator.
better. Yeah.
Maybe we'll just post these on Facebook later.
We're gonna post these.
Yeah. So just tell them what they are.
They're like these long, skinny turkey birds. Yeah, this isn't working. Anyway. And does it work from here?
I hope-
Not too good. No.
No, not so
Zoom in.
much.
Can you zoom in, people?
No, I don't think
No.
they can zoom in.
Okay.
Anyways, let's just explain the birds.
Yeah.
So-
They normally we only hear them. Only hear them, never see them. And man, you really hear them. Can you do their sound?
No, but let's put it this way. Like when my mom was staying here, she thought our chickens were under attack. And she was really panicked about it, thinking that there was, a big cat or something out there attacking the chickens. But they, I don't know. That's not good. Someone you should record them.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. And so anyway,
I don't know if you know anything about recording sound.
When you hear them, you think it's a big
Harry.
turkey. You think it's a big turkey. Hey, H! You think it's a big turkey, but no, it's these long skin. Anyway, so you normally only hear them and don't see them. And lately they've just been walking around our driveway, hanging out, not afraid of the agoutis or anything. And it turns out it's like a little family. They're raising a little guy. And they've just been great company and great friends.
Yeah. Ken loves the wildlife. He loves it so much that for his birthday last year, I was trying to, because we have like wildlife signs here, the crossing signs. And I didn't necessarily need the Costa Rican crossing sign, but just any crossing sign. But I couldn't find one. And I was talking to Adriana, who works here with us. She's our permaculture strategist. Anyways. So she's like, oh yeah, I have a contact and I'll send an email and we'll say that you want like a wildlife sign. And, sometimes I forget that, I'm not just a normal interested person, but that because I have an environmental organization that people might think that my desire is not just personal. So she contacted this organization. And so she thought that I wanted it as a green wave project. So what happened is that they don't give these signs out to anyone. It has to be like this whole process. And they're like, what do you want it for? Your driveway?
Yeah.
No.
They're great at the red tape here in Costa Rica.
Well, but they don't do that. Like it would have to be for a public road.
Yeah,
we're
gonna make our own. We're gonna
Yeah.
have a big yellow sign that says wildlife crossing, and we're gonna have a silhouette of an agouti with the big butt
with a big butt.
and maybe a pazote.
Yeah, with the tail going like this, because they look like little mini brontosauruses.
Yeah, they look like
silhouette.
so. A pazote backwards looks like a brontosaurus.
Brontosaurus, yeah. Have you guys seen that? Like there was this video going around a video or a picture on Instagram. It was, I don't know if it was viral, but I know other people saw it. And it was like a pack of them, and it looked like little mini brontosauruses. It was so trippy and funny, and I loved it. Anyway, Okay, so more on wildlife. Do you want to talk about the agoutis, or because I have a bunch of things to talk about?
No, I'll just since Jane says she can see it, I'm gonna find a picture
Okay.
of the agouti, which we love.
Yeah.
You work on your stuff.
You're looking for agoutis, which we call paka butts because they have big butts. But Ken will get into that later. So, Mot invasion is a note that I have here, my little notes. And Mots, I used to call them TikToks when I didn't know that, and this was before TikTok came out. I called these birds TikToks because it reminded me of a couple things. Like their tails are skinny and they go like this. Okay, now he's showing paka butt, not a Mot.
Yeah, sorry. There he is. Look at his butt.
And they have like little tiny tails like this big, and their ears are translucent, the paka butts. And they're super, super skittish, and basically they're rodents.
Yeah, they're rodents.
They're tailless rat mice.
They're the cutest thing in the world.
Rabbit, tailless rabbit rats. I don't. They're really cute. So the thing with the paka butts, we have a ton of them now, and they used to be super, super skittish, and now I think they're like, hey, I think you're the one that's feeding us. So like we planted yucca like all over the place. Partially because I wanted to distract them. I wanted them to like leave our gardens alone. And so I'm like, well, maybe if we just plant the yucca all over the place, they'll find that and be interested in the food forest for themselves. And also I thought that they would do us a service. Like if we planted it around plants, they would be digging it up and then they would create natural kind of irrigation. You know, it's like they would be making holes, and then that was my idea anyway. I think it's working out pretty good.
Great.
Yeah, so they seem to be very happy, and maybe they're aware, maybe they're not aware of the plan, but they are so much more tolerant of us. Or our energy has shifted. I'm not sure. Maybe our meditation's finally working, and I'm becoming one with the natural kingdom. Okay, so anyway, so the Mots, we're getting back to the little TikToks. So they have these like super skinny like tails, and then like they have like a feather at the end of the tail, this. And so tick tock. Do you guys know those clocks? I don't know if they're German clocks, but they're cats, and they have like crazy eyes, and they, you know, their eyes go back and forth while their cat tail is going back and forth. So I don't know, I thought of those clocks. And then I think Peter Pan, was there like a TikTok alligator? Anyway, the Mots, I just see so many more of them, and they used to be only in the jungle, like inside the quebrada, inside the ravine, and they're feeling so much more comfortable now too, as our food forest has, you know, kind of like extended the jungle by like 20, 30 feet. Yeah, that's it. Here we go.
Here we go. I'm going to figure this out. You can see the tail, sort of.
Yeah, do you see how skinny that is? It's like hard floss. A toothpick. Yeah. And then it has a little mermaid fin.
Yeah.
But they're beautiful, and they used to, yeah, like I said, just kind of be more in the shadows and in the jungle, and now they're coming out, and there's a lot of them. And so one of them has gifted us a tail feather. I found that in the Goddess Temple area. That was really sweet. It was like right in front of going into the entrance of the inner temple. Very auspicious, I would say. And yeah, I saw one today, and it was making a noise that I had never heard them make before. I'm used to like this one sound, but it was like, I wasn't sure if it was out of breath, but it was humming. I was looking around, like, oh, it's you. Anyway, that was very interesting. Okay, so I'll move on. We'll move on from the motmots, but hummingbirds, I have like this superpower where I see them and they're always resting. I see them fly around too, but I can spot them resting all the time. It's very strange. Anyway, on this one occasion, in the last few days, one was resting but also scratching itself. I've never seen it scratch itself. It was like scratching an itch on its neck, and then at the same time, like dogs do this, you know, they scratch themselves and then stick their tongue out, like they. But like the hummingbird tongue, it's really skinny. It's like motmot tail skinny. So anyway, that was interesting. I know. We don't rehearse this, so Ken's just finding out about this now.
What else happened this week?
Well, I don't know. I think there were some spotted woodpecker juveniles that were like, I thought I had heard their sound. I thought they were attributed to this other bird, and then I'm like, I'm gonna find you guys. I know who I'm looking for. And then like 3 birds came out. I'm like, wait a minute, you guys aren't the ones that I. Okay, anyway. And then Scratch, my beautiful Scratch, our beautiful Scratch. He is a fantastic baby killer. He's very proficient at killing young, unbrain developed geckos. That's one of his specialties. But unfortunately, I think this happened last night. He found a bat, and this morning, Ken. There's Scratch.
And there he is. Look at that innocent boy.
Yeah, he's innocent. He couldn't do any wrong. So Ken wakes me up this morning, and you know, it's like there's a very strange thing in the kitchen, and so I went out there. My first look, I'm like, well, it looks like maybe it's a tarantula. It's like it looked like a big hairy spider.
Yeah, at first I wasn't sure. Is it a leaf? Is it plant life? Animal life? It wasn't too clear, and it was early. Can't see that well anyway.
So, I don't know if you guys have ever seen like a bat sleeping, but like they hold their legs a certain way, but spiders also do that too. I've seen spiders, like certain kinds of spiders, hold their legs in a weird way like that too. So I'm like, oh great. Because as much as I have come super, super far with my bug phobia, I'm mostly over it. I think I would like to get to the point where I can hold a tarantula in my hand. I want that someday, but I'm not really sure I'm ready for it now inside my own house. And so I'm like, oh man, this is going to be tough. Waking up first thing in the morning, I'm like, oh, is today the day where I have to face my fear? Okay. But I looked at it because Ken's like, no, I don't think it's a spider. And I looked at it, I'm like, it's a bat. And I don't know if you guys have seen bats up close, but they're actually very cute. They're like flying mice.
Yeah.
They look like little mice. They're a little smile. So I think that's all I have. I saw a cicada actually today on my walk. It just kind of like flew from the ground onto a tree so I could look at it, and I thought that was really interesting. And what I saw was like the back of it seemed like it had this design where it was like another head. And sometimes like butterflies have patterns. There's one here that is related to the morpho, like the blue butterflies, and it has a lot of blue in it, but they call it like the owl butterfly. And so that is supposed to look like it has like either serpent eyes or like owl eyes. So the cicada, to me, looks like it has some sort of like little shadow figure face on the back of it, which I thought was really interesting. And then like the placement of the eyes kind of makes it seem like maybe the cicada can look at you when it's facing away from you. And I just thought that was really fascinating. So I don't know if that's true. If anyone's a scientist and studies insects, please let me know what you think about this theory. Is this a truth, or is this commonly known in the insect
I think they're gonna get right
researchers?
back to you with that information.
Anyway, I think that's all we have for today's Farm Talk Friday.
That's right. We'll see you next week.
We greatly appreciate Harry and Jane being on, and family. We, just because we see
Share
one
this
person,
to all
this could
your
be,
friends.
yeah, could be partners and dogs and children involved on one feed. So, sending you all lots of love, happy, serious Stargate times, and yeah,
All right.
all of that.
See you next week on Farm Talk Friday.